What's up, people? Hello, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Cup Chasers podcast. It's been a wonderful weekend in the Premier League for most, at least. And, of course, we are going to get to all the action. Chelsea have beaten Man City 1-1 at the Etihad.
No crowd surfing this time.
No crowd surfing this time. No celebration police needed, but it was glorious. It was a wonderful game. Big performance from the Chelsea. And, of course, the Arsenal absolutely destroyed Burnley. Liverpool impressive away to Brentford. So the title race, of course, is heating up. And, of course, we got Man City's makeup game. We got the Champions League this week. Of course, the match week to review as well. So lots to get to right out the rip. Let's get the likes up on the video. Subscribe if you're new, of course. Thanks for being here. Thanks for listening. We're on our way to 200 subscribers. And if you are enjoying all the content, of course, get the notification bell on. All right, guys. Only one place to start. A Chelsea victory at Manchester City. What are we saying?
Louis, do you want to go first?
Who wants to go first?
Well, I mean, apparently Chelsea won, so I think Chelsea should go first, right?
Sure.
Well, where to begin?
With your midfield trio and their work rate.
Yeah, it was really good. Of course, I want to actually start with decimate and Gusto. They were absolutely fantastic.
They were.
Doku didn't know what to do against Gusto. He just didn't. I saw a meme today. It was maybe y'all posted it. I can't remember if you posted it in the chat or if I just saw it on Instagram. But it was Doku after his 8th try getting around Malo. Yeah. It's hilarious. But it really did feel like that. Like it was one of those situations to where I had no concerns on the right whatsoever. On Saturday, I was concerned about the left. I thought actually Chilwell played quite well. Not as well as Gusto by any means, but well enough. And midfield played extremely strong. It was a good performance. I know there's some City fans that thought that Caicedo should have been off, but
definitely should have been off.
Yeah, I mean,
definitely should have been off.
He was just laying there. I mean,
he stamped him. What are you talking about? He literally stamped
him. It's a
red card.
He got ball first. But no, anyways.
Well, that wasn't his only,
that was the
challenge.
One,
that wasn't his only questionable.
That was the second one.
He did the Fernandinho, like he was like flirting with
Fernandinho will get thrown out of games today too, so we can't use that as a thing.
Oh goodness gracious!
Either way, really good. Gallagher was great. It wasn't a lineup I was expecting, but it worked. Again, Nicholas Jackson on the left, man. Like, it's got to become a thing at this point. Do you know that he has not played Mudryk since?
Has he played him this year?
North End or something like that.
Since when?
I think Preston North End, or when we played
no
FA Cup.
So not this year.
Wow.
No, we played them early.
Are you talking about versus Villa?
No. Hold on.
Preston was last year.
Was it? I thought it was early January.
We had that long break in January. Whatever, doesn't matter. But yeah, Mud Dog's been out for a bit.
He hasn't played him. And so I'm like, if you're not going to play him, play Jackson on the left, Nkunku in the middle, and whoever on the right.
It was Sterling, right?
Sterling. You can play Sterling on the right. He played well on the left for sure. But
wait, yeah, I thought Sterling started on the left.
He did. He
Oh,
scored.
yeah.
He scored.
Yeah. He scored.
Should have had anyway.
At that
We'll get
point. But I said on Saturday I thought that Pochettino gave this one away. I was reading some accounts from people who were at the game. They were like, Palmer and those guys up front really worked hard that maybe you didn't see on television, and they were gassed. But it has continued to show as soon as Palmer comes off, there's no one to progress the ball. And all we do is we invite pressure. And there were a couple times there where if we could have gotten it out wide, I think we could have actually had an attack and gotten the ball to Nkunku. I mean, as soon as Palmer went off, no one was getting the ball to him. It was just
He wasn't coming far enough back either to support. He just kind of stayed up there.
I agree. He was playing more like Cristiano Ronaldo defense, which was
You mean Messi defense, which was nothing.
Well, Messi just stands kind of in the middle. Cristiano just stands way out on the left. He's just
Xavier status.
He's hanging out.
Pass me the ball. Hit me, I'm open. I'm open.
Y'all go up there. Y'all try to score. Don't mind me.
He's hanging out at the midway line, right on the touch line.
He's got his basket full of cherries.
Just
Me
chilling.
and Hazard at the hot dog stand, the hamburger stand, man. Don't mind me. I ain't doing nothing over here.
But it was a good performance. I was again on Saturday. I was frustrated. I thought we could have gotten 3.
I feel like
we were also lucky to get 1. I also thought that too. So take it. It gives you some momentum, especially after getting the 3 points against Palace on Monday. Quick turnaround relatively. I thought we played well. Someone said, I read this as well. Someone said, we're seeing Poach's tactical expertise when they're playing the larger teams, the bigger teams. And it's like, well, yeah, because he can't break down a low block whatsoever. But when you coach at Chelsea, you're going to have to be able to break down a low block. I mean, even when we're not good, teams are still playing low block on us. Bunker and counter.
Exactly. It's the exact opposite of why they play low blocks against City. They play low blocks against City because they're scared. They play low block against Chelsea because Chelsea can't break them down, and they know this.
Exactly.
They know what no one shoots the ball. If you play us deep, no one will shoot the ball. No one will take the chances. No one will rip the ball from the outside of the 18. No one.
So there was tons of space to play into against City because they're not bunkering. They're playing open. It's just like Lewis says that he likes when teams play City because they're not sitting there beating themselves into a brick wall.
I'm sorry, but in between the 40th and the 50th minute, and I'm gonna say this and whatever, Jake, you can curse me out for it later. This is a winger's wet dream of a game. Bro, that much space. Bro, we had 10 men beyond the semicircle for 10 minutes. All you have to do is stay on your half of the field and have someone kick it. And did we do that? No, not one time. The one time Chile tries it, he puts it low, straight into a midfielder, and we almost get jacked in the face for it. You play the ball over the top. You let Raheem Sterling do what he does best, run it all the way down there and don't shoot or miss. It's just, to me, yes, it was the in-game tactical, we knew what City were going to bring to us, and I'm glad we played well. Had we played bad in this game, we would have gotten ran over. I do feel like we got ran over. Let's be honest.
To be fair, there's a world where you lose this 4-1.
I feel we did though. That's the worst part about the draw.
I disagree. Actually, you threw it away, but it was an absolute Herculean performance. The effort
And
from
good-
Caicedo, the effort from Enzo, the effort from Gallagher. But see, my point is that you had to have that kind of effort. You had to have Malo Gusto pocketing Doku all day long because they just kept trying it and kept trying it and going to the left and going to the left. Foden wasn't in the game not because he wasn't good or he didn't play good. They never passed him the ball. They were trying to go down the left the whole time. And so Gusto looked amazing because he won about 10 one-on-one duels with Doku.
It was the final call, the final count.
But I mean, and let's be honest though, Grealish going off changed the game completely because it changed what Man City were trying to do. And
Grealish didn't play in this one.
He went off injured. He started
in the Champions League.
Yeah, he didn't play this game.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, without Grealish anyway, of course, Doku gives him a different plan. But Haaland's uncharacteristic misses, is what really let you off the hook. I thought Chelsea were better.
He could have ended this game
from long stretches of the game. But
he could have ended.
But you should also have been up 2-0 at halftime.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Easy. Action Jackson, bro.
Jackson buries that, you win the game.
You were paid millions.
Jackson buries that, you win the game.
Slot it to his side. Just pick it side, bro.
But also, hell of a save. Hell of a double save, by the way.
Yeah, that was a fake
because after the kick save, he had to get up and get back to his near post to save the cross. So, props to Ederson there as well.
I mean that was going between his legs too. Like that was for sure going in. Like
oh yeah,
he had a heck of a save. So I'm not even mad about it. I really am not. I feel like there's one other instance where we could have scored in the second half. Sterling, yeah.
Oh yeah, well
he ended up being off.
That's just what. Oh yeah, he was offsides.
He was off by about a foot.
He's always offside. It doesn't surprise me though, so that's fine.
Well, that's when he has his best moments, Kai Havertz style.
It's like Kai Havertz style, yeah.
But I wanted to get your thoughts, X. What did you think?
I mean,
X is the only one who predicted a draw, and they played for the badge just for X. They played for the badge.
I feel like I'm very happy with the result, and I don't want to come off as like arrogant in saying that we in any manner of that. I do feel like we lost this game. Like after watching it back, in the moment in the game, I was happy with the 1-1. I walked away sad. Like I was fine with the game in the moment, live time, watching the game, perfectly fine because I was a fan of it. Like I was in it. I wanted the boys to win. I didn't care who did what wrong, as long as the scoreline held. And again, Rodri with the City, man, they just love to just dagger you right at the end of the game, bro. But
that was intense.
It's fine. Oh, it was intense. But it's fine. Like you said in the chat, we knew it was coming. I knew once the game got negative for us, they were going to at least dump one. It was how bad the bleeding was going to get. And I'm glad they scored. I'm glad they held off because I truly believe they came out the gate better than us. They came out firing better than us. And Jake hit the nail on the head. I think Haaland truly kind of cost you a little bit of gas here in this game, which then led us to get our momentum in this game. Haaland buries that header. The game's done in the 12th. This game's 6-0 at the Etihad. Chelsea's checked out. If he buries a wide open, straight corner slot header, easy as pie, you give a 6'6" man space in the box. All he has to do is put it to it. Like that's all he had to do. And he just sails it right over the top. And it's open chances from both sides. That's how honestly, this game could have been 4-4. Because if we all score our open chances like we did at the bridge, then it's just a barnstormer, but it's still tied. Like I think we equalized there. I think we both missed. That's why I'm not mad at Jackson as much as I would be. I'm not hounding Sterling as much as I would be. For the misses, because I feel like it went both ways, which is okay. That's kind of that nature of the game that we like to see. But it was the in-game management for me. I really feel like Pochettino could have held this 1-0 because you could see the frustration that City was gaining. You could see the frustration building on how they couldn't convert and how the chances just were not falling for them. And as a coach, you have to be able to manipulate the guys on the field. It doesn't matter the personnel in such a way to kind of stave off that. Like, I mean, that's from a Chelsea fan perspective. I've seen us do it for years. Like, we held 1-0's bread and butter. That was how we won the league. That's how we won trophies. And because we knew how to get under these guys' skin and kind of twist that knife just a little bit by being 1-0 up. And it's like he almost tried to do it, but he got a little outclassed in the in-game management when he's going up against Pochettino or when Pochettino's going up against Pep here.
I think it's even simpler. I think Patrick nailed it. The fact that Nkunku was so far away from the rest of your team in the end meant that you couldn't get out for like that last 10 minutes. You couldn't get out at all. And that's when Patrick texted us, it's coming. And I think honestly, for me, yes, I think the timing of the substitutions was like just a little bit too early. And I get that everyone was tired. I understand that. And you have to expect that after you've absolutely been switched on and worked your butt off for 80 minutes at that point. Well, 85, whatever stoppage was in the first half. But I get that people were really tired and you had to change it. But if they could have held out for like 5 more minutes, I think it may have gotten you over the line. But also, I think it's a little bit of the inexperience of Nkunku. Because if you put on somebody who understands how important holding that ball up is
in the corner flag and waste a minute. Get the ball, run to the corner flag.
It's even like in midfield. It's even midfield. The stuff that Giroud could do really well. Just hold the ball up. I mean, even if you had a Jack Grealish who gets the ball, holds the ball up, catches the foul, just like you said, X, gets dude mad at him because he sits on the ground for a minute and him hauls around and, slows everything up. Y'all had none of that. So it was just attack after attack after wave after wave after wave.
And booted it to the stadium lights every time I touched it.
It's like Zaire versus Brazil. Like Zaire versus Brazil in the World Cup. We're not getting another. You're not getting another goal. I don't care what's going on.
You're not getting the ball back.
You're not doing this.
I hope you have 100 game balls lined up. You're not doing this. Gone.
We're testing that multi-ball system today. But what'd you think, Lewis?
Well, I mean, a lot of people have asked the question about Grealish and what's his worth, right? This game was the one that he would have been perfect in this game, right? I mean, it wasn't. I mean, City looked disjointed. I mean, we talked in previous podcasts where I and it's not sort of a recognize yourself, but I mean, I made the comment that Haaland was out of form. Like I said that before we even played, that he hasn't been playing well. I mean, because that like the hat trick or the brace or whatever he had was just like they were just tap-ins. They were easy. He's been missing chances, like simple chances, over the last 5 games. And it's not like De Bruyne is not getting him the ball. So because in this game they were getting him the ball. Like they were playing. Because remember I said in the last game they weren't playing him the ball. This one they did what they needed to do. They won, and he was frustrated because he wasn't getting the ball in the last game. So in this one I knew they were going to play him the ball, and they did, and he did nothing with him. Like he did nothing with the ball. And so there is that. The Doku, just the style, because it for this one on the wings, you don't want to try to match pace for pace, right? So Doku being there, he's at this point, because he's young in his career, he's like a one-trick pony. And so if I'm a defender and I just stay home and I know what he's going to do and I know where my center half is, then I'm not biting on anything. And so he offered nothing, because when he was going in the box, he would just fling him there. Nobody's there. And we know if Grealish is there, Grealish is attacking. He's getting fouled. He's holding it up. And I was actually shocked, because normally when you see that coming from a wing, De Bruyne goes over to that wing and helps that winger. He just sits over there. And you all noticed that they kept playing through there. And so I think they were trying to let Doku work his way through it, which was weird, because we were kind of playing two strikers because Alvarez was playing a 10, but he wasn't playing a 10 because he was playing next to Haaland. So they weren't playing like their normal formation. And then the biggest thing we've talked about is that Foden wasn't playing centrally. Grealish being out completely changed that because if Foden was in the middle of the park, it's not the same game. I give Chelsea all the credit. They did what they needed to do to get the points. Even though, like, for example, the Sterling goal, Kyle Walker came out and said the defense needs to get better. Sir, it is your fault he scored. Because Akanji was on the man.
He bottled that anyway. He's Sterling his own goal. It's a classic Sterling goal.
He literally did.
I don't even fault Kyle Walker for that because if the offender is going to take that awful of a touch to cut his own ball back, bro, I'm going to be like, what are you, clown? What are you? And it just happens to bounce right where he needs it to
my thing is Walker's angle was terrible because Walker went over to help Akanji watching Sterling run down the wing.
Yeah, and he knows he's going to cut. You know he's going to cut that to the
what are you doing?
You know Sterling's going to do that.
And so that's where I don't take anything from Chelsea. Like I said, I think they played their hearts out, man. They play up, right? And I'm being honest. It's not arrogance. You just see when Bernardo came on, you saw Pep was like, "Hey, man, we're not doing this anymore." And then there was a steady thing. And the funny thing is that this game for Chelsea came at the right time because Grealish was out and Bernardo was out. Both of them would have started this game if they weren't hurt. And I think the result is a bit different because they do what they did in the last game because the last game Grealish played, the last game Silva played, and they didn't play the ball to Haaland. Because once they saw, like, hey, this guy's not in form, which they clearly can see, then they're not going through him. And now Haaland is there as the decoy, right? And I think it just changes the way they play because Foden would have been in the middle.
Why did Stones not play?
They have him like on a minutes restriction thing because he's been getting hurt a lot. And if we're thinking about the sort of the run and how important he is, because he's super important, right? Because for example, if anything happens to Rodri, who's going to replace him? It's Stones. That's the only person.
Well, at this point, yeah.
Nobody else can replace him but Stones. And so I wasn't now playing a Kanji in the Stones role. Not sure what you're doing. I mean, you could have played Rico Lewis there. That would have made more sense. But, I'm not Pep. Pep knows more than me. But he kind of called like he got it wrong. Like you could see when in his presser, he's like he got it wrong. So, it kind of is what it is. I much respect to Chelsea. Did you guys move up to 8th or no?
No.
They're 10th. Okay, whatever.
Well, no, they did for a second. They were in 9th for a second, but then Wolves beat. Wolves had already beaten Tottenham, so actually they would have been. They would have been, but Wolves beat Tottenham.
Oh, okay, I got you. But I mean, in West, but respect to Chelsea. Haaland, I didn't know until recently when I sent it to you all that Haaland's grandma died. So I think it was either right before the game or the day before. Yeah. I mean, that sucks, because
I heard they told him not to play, and he said that he wanted to. I heard that the team said, "Hey man, just take the day off, take the game off," and he's like, "Nah."
But it was interesting because then at the end of the game, he was super mad, and I mean, I get it, you're emotional and all that stuff, but I'm like, his form has been like that, and I'm not blaming the result on him because you shouldn't. But I mean, he finishes one of those chances, game is different. But also, Doku caught a lot of flack. They caught a lot of flack. And it's like, yeah, we can't stand Doku. I'm like, the dude is 21. Are we serious right now? I mean, come on, man. And that he's not the only one who didn't give an end product. So, I mean, if we're going to take the result as a draw or as you called it, a loss, hey, man, Chelsea did what they needed to do to be in the game. They missed chances. Chelsea did have the opportunity to win the game. City showed, the steel that they have. They obviously have to go and play this game coming up and get all 3 points. And then the league has always been this way where the Arsenal and the Liverpool games were going to decide the lead anyways. I mean, yeah, there might be a one-off here and there. Those games were always going to decide the lead. It is what it is. But, I mean, I give Chelsea a lot of credit. They look like they're catching form. I hope that, this is form that they can take into to their cup final, it would. I mean, just supporting the guys. It'd be nice, and that's not even Liverpool hate. It'd be nice for
you don't understand the.
No,
pressure.
it's Liverpool hate for me. Let's go, Chelsea.
You don't understand the pressure that
Liverpool hate. That's fine with me.
Winning
it's
that
huge.
game
It's huge.
huge.
It's so big for Chelsea.
But
I think that City fans, like the majority of not you, Lewis, because you're unique amongst most fans that I've met, but I feel like City fans in general, at least the more reactionary ones, are simply not used to negative results. It's just win after 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 win after. Oh, it's a draw. Wait a minute. What? What? No! Because it's like, we didn't expect that. What? No. That's not in the script.
Yeah, and then when you look at
that's not in the script. Wait a second.
You don't watch ball then, because like Haaland has been off of it. For the last 5 games, nothing you saw in this game.
Let's be honest.
I do have a question for everybody.
Even if he's off of it, he still should be able to.
He's still ahead of he's the head of the Premier League right now. He's
out for 2 months, still got more goals than everybody.
It's a free header.
It is a free header. The 12th
more than
minute
one.
Game.
Not even the 12th minute. No.
More than one.
We had 2 of them.
Yeah, the one where he's in behind the line, and I thought he was offsides, and he dove when he didn't have to dive.
Yeah.
Bro.
That was the one where I was like,
yeah.
I do have a question for everybody though. Like watching when we went and watched the game back, like I felt like what Lewis was saying was kind of alluding to the point that I was going to make about this player in particular. Like I felt like Kevin De Bruyne was the most inaccurate I've seen him.
Yeah.
I thought he was way off.
He was
like passes that he usually dimes to a man was getting cut off by he was hitting a middle defender. It was phasing out too soon. It was And I was like, why is Kevin doesn't hit that ball? That's like what is going? I found myself asking that in the 50th and 60th, and then by the end, I was like, bro, he just.
I think he's getting tired, man.
Take some credit, X. Your boys were all over them.
We're all over them.
There was 1 or 2 moments. There was 1 or 2 moments, because there always are, where KDB had some space, where Rodri had some space. But for the most part, you were in their face. And even Kevin De Bruyne is gonna, under pressure, will misplace a pass or two. Yeah, that's what we were saying in the preview in the lead up to the game. Man City aren't perfect.
Right.
Go punch them in the mouth and make them be perfect. And you guys did that. You guys said, okay.
Punch him in the mouth.
You said, okay, guys. All right, Man City, be perfect. Show us. And they stumbled a little bit.
Well, that's one thing.
It happens to everyone. It's probably going to happen again before the end of the season.
Oh, absolutely. Now, does this, I know mathematically it doesn't count anybody out, but does it put them too far behind to really make that? No.
They play both Arsenal and Liverpool before the end of the season.
If they win tomorrow, they're what? 2 points back?
1.
Look, here's the scenario, because I've always got it in my head. Here's the scenario. Man City win out, they win the league. If Liverpool win out, they win the league. If Man City beat Liverpool,
they're 4 points back.
If Man City beat Liverpool and Arsenal wins out, Arsenal wins the league. That's all that it did. It just took some of the result took some of the need for Arsenal to catch up. So all Man City we only need 2 results. We need Man City to beat Liverpool, and we have to never lose. We have to win every game.
So
and at the Etihad. And then we win the league.
What if you draw Man City?
We win by 1.
They'll still win. They'll be
the City will be up by 1.
If Man City win tomorrow, they'll be ahead by 1 point.
Because it'll be on 56.
They'll be behind Pool by 1.
They're behind Pool by 1, and we'll be behind them by 1.
Yep.
Well, I look at it. I look at it where you're starting to see something that happened before, and hopefully Pep is seeing it. I think he's managed it pretty well. But De Bruyne even acknowledged towards the end, around the 70th minute, where his passes were off. And because there was a couple of times he had passes where he just overplayed the guy. But you started seeing this last year before he got injured, where he was doing stuff like this, and he had that tired look on his face. Pep has to start looking at how do you manage his minutes, because he's so good. You're like, oh, it's so great because, okay, he got the Rodri run going on.
Right. He was bombing downfield sometimes. He was covering ground with the ball in certain stretches.
But this is where Pep said they asked the question, should Pep De Bruyne play further back? And he said no, flatly. He said no. He's supposed to play up in the final third. That's where he's supposed to be. The rest of those guys are supposed to do the work, which is why Bernardo.
I would Ozil him so fast. Yeah, you just touched the ball. That's it.
But this is why it was so important that Bernardo and Foden have to be in the game. And Bernardo obviously taking the knock really affected the way they played, because Doku wouldn't have mattered, because then they wouldn't have played Alvarez, because they play Alvarez all the time as well. And so we just have to recognize, one, Alvarez can't play the 10 if De Bruyne is on the field. Alvarez has to play out on the wing. He has to. That's the only place he can be. And so that means either Doku is going to get sacrificed, or Foden is going to move in, and then somebody else has to get sacrificed, because he can't play behind Haaland. He's not creative enough. He's a scorer. That's what he does. And so, again, credit to Chelsea. They played well. I hope it's a wake-up call for City. I mean, a lot of City fans, as you said, Jake, they're wherever. And it's just it's so silly, because the fate has always been in their hands, and it still is. So do what you're supposed to do, right? And that's it. Play your game. If you lose a game and you played your game, then that's fine. Like, you can live with that. But if you don't play your game and you lose,
it's a problem. It's a definite problem.
Yep.
Any last thoughts on this one, guys?
One of the only teams not to lose the City this season. Woo!
We haven't lost the City yet either.
Not yet. There's a chance.
Hey, watch yourself.
No longer a chance for us.
Watch yourself.
No longer do we have to worry about Man City.
Hey, y'all are both in the FA Cup.
The FA Cup. It's still possible.
Look. If we win the Tin Cup, I don't care.
Doesn't care.
I'm done. I'll take my chips and go home.
I was gonna point out. I think that as much slack I give Conor Gallagher, just because I don't know.
I know you love him. Say it.
I don't love him. I don't.
Say it. I know you love him.
Hey, Connor's proper Chelsea.
But I will say this.
Pinky out.
He brought an attitude to the game that fed over into Enzo, and fed over into Palmer, and fed over into Caicedo.
He's got a sense of pride for that. He's got a sense of pride for what it means to wear the shirt.
And Caicedo,
I agree 100% with that.
I didn't say it yet, but Caicedo should have been off.
You already said that.
There it is.
No, we mentioned that. We went through that.
Okay, just making sure.
No, he just grinned like a fool the whole time. I don't know if you saw that. He's just like.
But no, there was one point where it looked like Gallagher was in like hip pocket of Rodri the whole game.
Yeah.
And I thought at one point they were actually going to fight, because Rodri was so tired of him being right next to him.
That's what you got to do. This is the way it's got to be.
Figure out what my man had for dinner.
That's the way it's got to be.
I counted it to, and Jake, you'll probably have bad flashbacks about this. But when City went to Arsenal and Bernardo Silva was doing those little tactical fouls just to frustrate you and get you a little bit addled and whatnot, that's what I equated it to, because there for a while, Rodri was not – he looked like he was frustrated. And then, of course, he hits a goal and everything changes. But
midfielder in the
and
middle.
also, I don't know why we brought Trevor in for his first match of the season in this situation.
Because my man wants him to fail. Conspiracy solved. Conspiracy solved. He hates him. He wants him to screw up. He wants him to be the scapegoat. He wants him to be the fall guy. So he's gone. So we
haven't even seen Trevor Chalobah in ages.
No qualms when he
We haven't
sells
seen
for pure.
since summer.
Yeah, because he's been injured. Well, because he
He's
doesn't
been
want. He
injured the whole
doesn't
time.
wanted to play. He didn't want to play for Potter. That was very clear. So I don't know if he faked it, and then he actually got injured, like during the
He got
rehab.
injured this summer.
But yeah, well, he was injured before that too. He was injured during the Potter stint. Then he got healthy. Then he got re-injured. But
Yeah, y'all need to take a look at that medical staff.
Oh yeah,
It's being replaced.
First thing addressed in the offseason.
One of the main physios, he'll be let go at the end of the season. Steve Hughes.
But I do think,
and then two new ones are coming in.
I think this game is equal. Like, it's one of those ones where I'm like, it meant more to us than it did to them. The draw meant more. Like, the point gained means more to us than the drop for City means more. Like, I do think this is
I think it meant more to Arsenal than it did to City.
I think it meant more for y'all, yeah, for anybody. But it really gives us the confidence boost to walk into Wembley to play Liverpool. Liverpool's not at full strength. Liverpool's not at full health.
Jota will be gone. Sabazalai will be gone.
Shot here.
Curtis Jones is hurt too, isn't he?
Like, secure. I don't want to win cups on hurt teams. What I do
I love it, man.
But what I do need to do is and I will break your bus in order to do that for my squad. I will make sure your bus does not reach the destination if that's the case.
The hope never dies. X never always got that fire burning. It could be absolute Potterchino dumpster fire status. We got this, bro. We're gonna win. They're injured. We're gonna win the cup. We're making it to Yo, we got this. I love it. No matter what's happening.
Question for like prediction purposes, right? Because so they were Chelsea were supposed to play Spurs on Friday, but obviously that game doesn't exist because the cup final is on Sunday. So are we replacing the Chelsea Tottenham game in our picks? Are we going to pick the cup or no? Because I mean, I don't know if you want to count that one because
we can do both if you want. Yeah,
are going to.
We'll definitely do a full breakdown on Thursday, and then we'll just substitute it in, and then we'll do and then whenever they play that game, we'll predict that game.
Patrick, you have to, and I'm telling you, bro, you have to make it out to Hampton Station on the 25th.
For the game.
I can't.
Oh no.
Well, tell him.
No.
Damn. Oh, I want some footage, X. I want some videos. If y'all win, I want some recording of some people freaking out. I want to see it.
Have you seen the list for these two teams? It's insane.
It's insane. It's absolutely. But we'll definitely get there. We'll get there on Thursday, though, of course. But for now,
health insurance carrier for the Prem. That's what I want.
Oh God, just making hand over fist. Hand over fist, absolutely. But there is a game tomorrow. Lewis,
big game.
What you telling me? It's the makeup game. The Bees at the Empty Head for a quick turnaround.
What time is this game at?
It's at 2:30. Here on the East Coast. Yeah, I feel that I feel a little scared for Brentford.
The wrath.
Haaland is pissed, and he's coming for him. So I can see I could see a big scoreline here, especially the way Brentford completely folded versus Liverpool. Lawn chair status. Mo Salah comes in and they're quaking They're quaking in their space boots. Yes, y'all talk about the Salah goal. I'm gonna be right back,
bro. I turned this game off. I got so upset. I got so mad at the Liverpool Brentford game. I turned it off. I was done. I was done. Folded. Lawn chair.
Okay. Mo Salah goal.
Yeah.
What is the defender doing? He watched him run towards the ball.
No, that's because my man Ivan said, I got a score line on this game, my guy. You need to let him go. And he did. It blatant. Like, you're a professional defender. Again, like, I just don't understand. I understand everybody makes mistakes. Like, I just don't ever remember, like, even as amateur of the player if I ever was, I just don't remember making, like, I had a job to do. You knew the fundamental roles of your job.
Yeah.
Don't let this happen ever. Okay, check. Follow your man if you are playing defense. Okay, check. That is my job. First and foremost, that's what I'm supposed to do. Then everything else follows. Like you're saying, he just lets him go. He gives Mo Salah a free fast pass, a Disney fast pass straight towards the goal, man.
He did. He really did. Wait, both defenders didn't really react. It was terrible.
Oh, he's on the field, and then it was just.
But what I wanted to point out was Salah looked really slow.
Probably, bro.
Well, he's just back from injury.
Well, that's what I was saying. I don't know if that hamstring is 100%. Just looking at how he ran, he looked really freaking slow.
I don't know, man. I thought Salah came in and bossed it. Just came in and ran him over. They were so scared of him. He came in and bossed that game. He had so much space.
Like, why did this? Like, seriously, what is 16 doing? He just watched Salah run. Like,
it was crazy.
It's a Van Disney fast pass, man. That's all it is.
It was crazy, man. It was crazy. But Jota was impressive until the injury. Nunez with an impressive finish.
I saw a funny meme about that. It was great.
Yeah.
It was like, I could choose to either chip the keeper. We didn't finish the Man City segment. My bad.
Well, I mean, it kind of ties in. We're talking about how Brentford folded, so we can keep going.
Yeah, we can keep going. Yeah, it's all.
But it was like
it all ties in.
It was like, Nunez could round the keeper, chip the keeper, blast it, or no, it's like round the keeper, blast it, or something else, or chip the keeper, and of course he decides to chip the keeper.
Well, it was one of the only ways he wasn't going to hit the bar. So
yeah,
it was one of the only ways he wasn't going to hit the woodwork.
If I go high, I only have a chance of hitting the crossbar, and I know I'll miss the two sidebars, the two side posts.
I wonder if that did go through his head. Like,
Noodles hits the post more than anyone I've ever seen.
But the only other thing I wanted to mention about the game was I did hear that Nunez had like a knock or something. That's why he came off at halftime. But the tactical switch with Gakpo coming in and being more of a false nine, I think really messed Brentford up, because at halftime I thought, all right, Brentford might be able to come back into this, but right out the rip, they just let Salah score. And it was over. And they folded like a lawn chair for Gakpo's goal. But very impressive from Liverpool. Very not impressive by Brentford. And
rinse, repeat. Sorry, boys.
So no reaction. You don't think Ivan Toney is going to be pissed as well after?
It's not going to matter. It's not going to make it.
Tony won there last season. Tony won at the empty head last season.
Oh, bro, Man City is about to roll. It's going to be 3. Actually, this is gonna be a 3-1 instead of a 4-1.
Jaren Wissa's back. Is that your prediction, X? I'll go ahead and put that in.
Yes, 3-1 City all day.
Go ahead and put that in. But yeah, I mean, Maupay's playing okay. Jaren Wissa's back. When Wissa came into that game for about 10 minutes there, Brentford were better. Brentford improved dramatically and were given as good as they got for about 10 minutes there, and then Gakpo's goal.
I don't understand why Brentford lined up this way, to be honest with you. I really don't. Like, this game.
That's what Brentford do. That's what they do.
If you don't, Liverpool already want to skip the midfield. If you give them space to do so, it's just going to be rain all day into your final third, and that's all they did.
I thought they defended well at points, but no Ethan Pinnock was huge.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Without their main man. What am I looking for?
It's big. Bro, you cannot give Liverpool, with the amount of firepower they bring with you every game, that much space in your third. You just can't do it, dude. You're going to leak 4 goals.
Yeah.
Salah picking
I'm
out
trying to figure out how to work
Salah
XO.
makes Mac Allister look like he's a finisher, picking out balls like he's Kevin De Bruyne. Like,
yeah, this is true.
Yeah, that was definitely Salah. Salah made that goal. Good on Homie for continuing the run and getting his little tap in there. But Salah definitely made that goal.
He needled that ball. Yeah.
So to answer the 2 questions, I stopped watching the Liverpool game after the the Nunez goal.
No,
No, I stopped watching at halftime because it didn't look like it was going to be very competitive. So I just stopped watching that one. I agree with Patrick. Salah did look a little slow. I think they brought him on a lot earlier than they expected to. I think he wasn't supposed to start, which again I think lends itself to the Chelsea match that they'll be playing on Sunday. Because I mean, I think Klopp might feel forced to start him, but I don't think he's like 90-minute ready right now. And I think that sort of lends itself to benefit Chelsea.
I would tell the boys to absolutely kick the ever-living dog out of him if he starts. You beat him up. You beat him and beat him, and you Eden Hazard him until he walks off the field or leaves in a substitution.
Hey, he'll be on Chili's side, so you know we Chili's got a little bit of that in him.
This is the one time you allow. I know Cucurella's not available.
Oh, dude, if Cuckoo
on a mercenary mission, and you just
he's training though. He's back in like training, so he's coming back.
You let him take the eat and then sub Chili in.
So in addition to that, so looking at Brentford, I mean, Jake, I think X said it too. You know, the whole Haaland's going to be mad. Until Haaland shows me he can hit the goal, I mean, I'm not believing it. I don't care how mad he is. He was mad at the end of the game too. None of that means anything to me if you don't put the ball in the net.
I'm gonna mute the city. My man's got 16 goals, and he's sitting here saying, bro, if my striker had 16 goals right now, do you know what place we'd be in? I don't want to hear it.
Seventh.
Better than
10th.
Better than 10th.
But at the same, if you use that same analogy, if Haaland, because now people are they're starting. You seen the comparison between Nunez and Haaland and Haaland are coming back up again, and about missed chances. And if Haaland hits his chances, City is clearly coasting. So that there is an issue. So while you can say, okay, if you had a striker that did that, that's good for, you know, the developmental process that you have on, but Haaland is not developing. And so you expect more from a guy who's supposed to be world class. We understand things are going on. He's coming off an injury and all that stuff. I can respect that. But I mean, he was bought and he's held to a standard that he's supposed to score. Put Alvarez in there if he's not going to put the balls in the goal. So he can be mad as he wants.
That was cutthroat from Lewis. I'm going to be honest with you.
Isn't that the way Pep is, though?
Well, no, it is. Just hearing it from Lewis was very cutthroat.
You're in the business to win. I don't care who he is. If you're not scoring, Pep sat Sergio Aguero down. Hey, man. If you're not putting it in, we putting somebody else in there, because at the end of the day, you know, what I don't want to hear is this guy was mad. But what are you mad at? Like, I don't care about any of that. None of that matters. Like, none of it. And so what are we going to get against Brentford? Brentford is going to be up for the game because they got smacked by Liverpool. So they'll probably try to play, and Toney likes to play against City. So who knows? The defense, if Kyle Walker, who says the defense needs to play better, but is literally at fault for the goal that got scored. I mean, I don't. There's a lot of words being said that are not matching action, and I mean, so I'm not one of those guys where I'm expecting a blowout. I think City wins 2-1, but I think it's going to be harder than it needs to be because they haven't found the consistency. If Doku starts the game, I think we have an issue specifically if Foden is not playing in the middle. Because you've already seen that the sauce is that Foden needs to play next to De Bruyne, or you need to have it where they can fluidly move back and forth, where Bernardo and Foden can interchange with each other. If you must start Alvarez in all the league games because you started them all, stick Alvarez on the wing where Doku would be. If you don't do that, I don't really have an answer. Akanji should not be playing the Stones role. Stones should be playing the Stones role, and if Stones can't play, Rico Lewis needs to play that. And that's that. I mean, everybody. I mean, because the left side is fine. Ake is fine. Diaz is fine. They're not perfect, but they're fine. They're not where the errors are. The errors are coming from the other side of the field. So it's the back right and the front left. If you don't fix those, then you get what you get. Nobody's going to feel bad for you. People can't wait for City to not be City. So, you know.
That's the truth.
And assume that people are just going to lay down for you and you're going to do it because I keep hearing it. You know, we know what to do. but you're not doing it. So I don't care about words if you're not doing any of it. 2-1 City, it'll probably be harder than they need to make it. And it'll because they and I'm saying it, they are now feeling pressure, not because of the other teams, but because of their own performances, because you are your own standard. If you can't meet your own standard, that's an issue.
Yeah.
Do you think they'll keep Akanji in the right inverting role? Because the way to beat Brentford, and one thing that Liverpool did very, very well, they won a lot of second balls. So Tony's going to win his fair share of aerial duels against anyone. Doesn't matter. Ruben Diaz is a monster. Ivan Toney is going to win 2 or 3 headers at least.
Yeah.
So we know Rodri is excellent at winning second balls. But in Pep's system, there's a second man there. Will it be Akanji?
I think because Stones didn't do anything in the last game, Stones will play this one because the match on the weekend, I think, is what? Bournemouth
away to Bournemouth.
Yeah. So Stones will start this game because he knows, like, if Stones has to start, Foden has to start, and Bernardo has to start. If those 3 aren't in the game, it don't matter. Those 3 have to be in the game now. Period.
Yeah, fair enough. I think this is an interesting one. I do think City will bounce back.
Yes.
I'd be shocked to see them drop points twice in a row at home. As much as I really, really want to see it, I think Haaland will be back on the score sheet. Probably Alvarez will pop up just to rub salt in the wound. I think it'll be a 3-1. Tony will score just because that's what he does. But I'm going 3-1 City. I hope I'm wrong.
You know my saying. City's good for 3.
Right. You didn't score 3 against Chelsea.
Should have.
You could have. You should have.
You should have.
You should have.
Well, should have is very different than a result.
But I think also.
Well, what we're saying is the fact that Haaland missed 2, maybe 3 sitters doesn't mean we think he's going to miss 2 or 3 sitters probably ever again in his entire career. So we're saying that the Chelsea misses do not make us think he's not going to do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
But 5 games, he's been missing like that.
Well, long may it continue.
I do want to point something out about Man City. The act by Kyle Walker in the box. Like, first off,
was not a penalty. He was literally, that was awful. What was he doing?
Bro.
Terrible. Get out of here with that, man.
Like, calm down, Kyle. Just calm down.
Like, I'm not a Kyle Walker fan by any definition, by any stretch, by anything. Has he kind of like
lost his mind?
He's losing the plot a little bit. Well, I feel like he's been in the news and in the all on the podcast for all the wrong reasons this season.
All the wrong reasons.
Just like the one when he tried to call a handball. That wasn't a handball. It hit him here and then rolled down his arm. It's not.
Yeah.
Stop looking for stuff. Finish your chances, and you're not begging for those.
Well, and the penalty shot where Haaland got pulled down, Haaland pulled himself down because he was pulling dude down with him, and they both went down. So that one also is not nothing. But
I'm not asking for nothing. They should have freaking won the game by finishing chances.
Yeah,
you got a scoreline, Patrick? Yeah, you got a scoreline, Patrick? What you think?
3-1. I mean,
3-1.
That's my expectation. I think De Bruyne will look better. Foden already has destroyed them just 2 weeks ago when Haaland couldn't score. I think that happens again because there's really no answer for Foden with Brentford. So
if you
actually, you know what?
Middle.
I think something that's going to be big, that is going to matter, is Ethan Pinnock available?
If not, I'm going to add another goal. Because my man Flankin, he's got no chance this week.
Damn, he's out for a month.
Yeah, give me 4 then.
Ethan Pinnock, like Brentford's best defender in the back. He's one of the most underrated players in the whole league for me.
Yeah, give me 4-1 then.
He's an incredible defender, the heart and soul of that defense. Yeah, that's going to be tough without him. And they're without him till after the March break. Yeah.
Are you playing before then?
Good grief. I think Arsenal do. No, that's horrible to be excited about other teams' injuries. X, what are you doing?
I'm playing March 2nd.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, we've all gone for City wins. Seems pretty routine. I hope we are all wrong. Very, very wrong.
I love it.
Speaking of the opposite of being wrong, because the Arsenal were just so right on Saturday. 5-0 over the Clarets.
Got a goal.
Okay, is that really why you guys always want to start with Kai Havertz?
That's how they start.
Bro,
Is that you always want to start with Kai? You know what? No, no, we're not starting there. Martin Odegaard, absolute masterclass. Homie was incredible. Had a fantastic game. Started us off 3 minutes in. Martinelli takes on his man and gets the cross in, and Odegaard laser beams it. Ice beam, Dragonite hyper beam into the corner. Starts us off. And like for me, there was like a little bit of, I loved that we were just running it back, the same lineup that we had against West Ham. So I was happy to see that. And then there was 3 minutes of, okay, how's today going to go? Is it going to be tough? Are we going to, get up maybe 1 or 2 and then sit back? No. 3 minutes in, I knew we're about to smash these lot, as they say over there across the pond.
You're lucky my man does not have to worry about his job, because that was.
Oh, yeah, Vince.
That looked like when varsity would play JV just for fun, because we didn't have anything else to do for practice that day. And you're just like wrecking 7th graders just because.
Oh, we ripped him apart. Odegaard coming back, progressing the ball, receiving the ball in between the lines, turning and progressing forward from advanced positions, threading the lines, getting the passes, the vision. I mean, he was incredible. Man of the match performance. Start to finish was an absolute monster, and he's coming good. He's finding form. I know we've been critical this season, but he's finding form at the right time, and the team is cooking around him as well.
This is just how you know you had complete dominance. It's these stats hand in hand for me almost every game, because of the way I like to watch and see the game. You had 603 passes at 83% conversion. That is dominance.
All these new statistics. One of them is called expected goals.
Yeah,
we had 5.36 expected goals to Burnley's goose eggs. Legit goose eggs.
There's never.
The only joy they had at all in the whole game was your boy Datro, Mr. Fofana. Gave him a little bit of issues. He spun Saliba one time, but of course, shout out Jakob Kivior, doing my name proud. Comes in and cleans up. Jakob Kivior has had a couple of good games back to back, and that's really good to see. With Tomiyasu out, was Zinchenko out. I think that I've also been critical of him this season. Didn't think it was our best signing, but he's had a couple of good games, and you love to see that. And now we'll get to your. What was that funny?
Stop!
Don't you laugh at my man. Stop. What you want her to come on?
No.
No, but now
we got objects being thrown.
Should I give you guys need a minute?
No, I just got beamed in the head. Stop.
You guys need a minute? No. Now we'll get to your favorite segment, the Kai Havertz segment. And people are probably going to come for me because
why
he wasn't all that. He wasn't all that. Okay, here's where I want to start. The runs from deep were great. He's doing good things off the ball.
So why are you hating?
Dude, let me get there. Let me get there. He's doing good things off the ball. I like his press. I like his work rate. He's actually working without the ball. And the way Trossard was coming into the middle, showing for the ball, and Havertz was making the run from deep in behind, wrecked Burnley. We opened them up a number of times. Now, the fourth time Kai Havertz got in, he has an awful touch, an awful first touch, and is able to play it off to Trossard, who wins a penalty. Okay, and woo, Kai! Oh man, what a play by Kai Havertz! Great. The three before, where the balls come in because Trossard has made his run, the center backs followed him. Havertz gets in behind. Odegaard plays him the ball. Awful, absolute dog balls first touch 3 times in a row. Just ridiculous, and we lose it, and we lose the ball, and the attack breaks down. 3 times in a row. I was furious. And then when he did it the fourth time, and he's had that first touch, I stood up and was screaming because of how bad it was. But then he's touched it through, and Trossard's won a penalty, and I was like, you got lucky. You absolutely got lucky. And then by the end of the game, like right before Kai Havertz scored, I was like, I'm gonna rip him a new one. His first touch has been awful today. And then he fox in the boxes it. He pulls an Axel to Sassy. Did you see the Burnley man turn around and ask for an offsides on a throw-in?
Okay.
You're a professional, bro.
You don't know the rules?
You're a professional. You play in the Premier League,
That is
and you asked for an offsides on a throw-in.
literally elementary. That is elementary. That is what
That's like homie from Sheffield telling them that they didn't think Mason Holgate's tackle was a red card. Watch
like-
that back, bro, because you're wrong. You're straight wrong.
That's like Suarez asking for a handball on the keeper.
Exactly. That's exactly what it was. Luis Suarez asking for a handball on the goalkeeper. Like, what?
What are you doing?
You want to talk about switching off? They just their minds were gone. Their fans were gone. Their minds were gone. And Kai's just like, all right, yeah, we'll have that. Thanks. And so he's getting all this praise because his goal saved his performance. We won 5-0.
Great of a goal.
It's Burnley.
We won 5-0. You're preaching to the choir. We won 5-0, and so the fact that everyone else looked fantastic means that Kai looked okay. For me, 6. Maybe 6.25 for his rating. Like, and without the goal, it's just another average performance.
Did he get an assist on Trossard's goal?
It doesn't count as an assist because he drew the penalty.
No, the third goal.
Oh.
Yeah, I
was gonna
think he
make a
did.
joke if he did.
I think he did.
Because that was one of the worst touches I have seen in the box.
No, that's the penalty. That's where Trossard won the penalty. No.
No.
You sure?
But that doesn't
I'm pretty
count
sure.
because he drew the penalty.
But it wouldn't. But if I'm wrong, and he has another crap touch that's fallen to Trossard for Trossard to score, then yeah, I mean, I believe that. I can believe that because Havertz's first touch was the first touch of a you-know-what. You know my saying, if you've ever watched a game for me, so it was something we're not allowed to say on YouTube or they'll remove the video. That's how bad his first touch was, and so all this big, gassing up Havertz and Arsenal fans straight up. Yes, we are the most reactionary, getting ahead of ourselves bunch that could possibly be. And
That was you this morning. Let's be honest.
Who was I gassing up? I wasn't Havertz.
No. You being reactionary about the
Oh, Mbappe. Yeah, I mean they're just doing it to me. Like it's all over the place, and they're getting me too excited. It's ridiculous.
I read there was pen to paper in Spain today.
Yeah, from La Marca, the worst newspaper that's ever been.
Yeah.
Pen to paper.
Yeah, whatever. I'm not gonna believe any of it until he's wearing the jersey. You know,
Fabrizio says something.
Yeah, I mean, but
even still, yeah.
But as far as the Burnley game goes, man, we massacred them.
Yeah.
I think Trossard has earned his place, even if Jesus is healthy.
So what?
On Wednesday,
So what?
I think Trossard starts.
Yep. So what?
Trossard has a better strike rate than Erling Haaland.
Oh yeah.
Just and yes, I hate horrible dumb statistics. The caveat is that Trossard has played like half the minutes. He's played a lot less, But as far as he's scored more than a goal a game in his appearances, in all of his appearances this season, he's scored more than a goal a game. As far as like minutes, they did the stat where he's scored. Last game before the West Ham game, he had scored 1 goal in every 99 minutes. Salud. And then he scored again in both of those games. So it's better than that. It's almost a goal a game Trossard is getting. Or maybe it wasn't a goal or an assist in every game. So I think he's earned his place.
On the fourth goal, go back and watch the touch by Hazard.
It's trash, isn't it?
Hazard, but Havertz.
How dare you?
I'm sorry. I read he had a bunch of comments today that you're going to have to go back and read.
Havertz doesn't need enough hamburgers to make it to be the Hamburglar himself.
It's true.
He was on a podcast with John Obi today. It was
I saw a bunch of stuff. I saw a bunch of stuff that he said on that. Yeah. Absolutely. But
better to watch a Porto or a Kevin.
Yeah, but this was another good performance from the Gunners. An absolute blistering performance. Saka was good again. I thought Martinelli was good again. Odegaard, of course, man of the match. Declan Rice, I mean, do I even have to say it? Another 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10 performance. He's an absolute monster. Just mopped up all the second balls. And we're coming good. 5 on the bounce. We are looking really, really good. I'm very optimistic about Wednesday. I don't know much about Porto. I'll say that. I do know that the last time we played them was not very nice. Arsenal have never
a bunch of young Brazilians and Portuguese players that you're just going to be like, who's this guy?
We've never won in the Dragao Stadium or something like that. We've never won in Porto. The last time
we played there, we won.
Last time we played Porto in the Champions League, we lost 2-1 away and then blammed them 5-0 at home. But it hasn't been a happy place to go on our travels. And the only reason I might say that, maybe Trossard might sit is because Gabby Jesus comes alive in the Champions League. That's just been, he's been very, very, very good in the Champions League, both for City and for Arsenal. He's got more Champions League goals than league goals. I'm pretty sure. Did y'all know that Jesus hasn't lost in like 90 games when he scores?
Yeah,
because it's a rare occasion.
It's something crazy. It's something nuts.
Back to City. Yeah, every time
it goes all the way back to City. Yeah. It's an interesting stat, and if he's healthy, I think Arteta might play him. I definitely think we'll see Havertz. Smith Rowe was back in training, so he might. He was on the bench. He got some minutes. But I mean, honestly, run it back. Yeah. Run it back. We won 6-0 and then 5-0. Why not? The freedom that Trossard gives to Havertz, the spacing that it allows Havertz to get into, lets him be comfortable. And you guys always know The only reason I talk about it is because I know Arteta's going to play him. It's not what I would do, but Arteta's obviously going to play him. And so the spacing that we found, the fluidity that we found, the fact that Odegaard has a little bit more freedom as well. I mean, why not? Why would we not run it back? Like I said, I think Porto are third in Portugal right now. But I did see in the table they've only lost like 3 games all season.
They are unbeaten in 10 home games.
Yeah, so I'm not looking past it at all. I would love to have this done, and a nice 4-0, nice 3-0, and just be done with it. But it is the Champions League. Arteta is so bad in cups. His record in non-league competitions is awful, just atrocious. And I'm hoping that this is the one. This is the big one. This is the one he's been saving all of his cup runs for. We didn't, all this bigger fish to fry crap from last season. We didn't take the Europa League seriously last season, and we got chipped from half field and then lost a penalty shootout. And so I think we're bringing it on Wednesday. I think we're going to absolutely bring it. And, I'm excited. Looks like we're going to be wearing our third kit, that tealish greenish one. The same one we wore away to Sevilla when we absolutely blamed them. To be fair, Sevilla didn't bother showing up that day, but hopefully Porto will do the same and we'll blame them as well. And so I'm definitely looking forward to the game. That one's on Wednesday, and yeah. What do you guys think? You think it's going to be a tough one? You think, or you think we'll continue to roll over them?
I mean, it's always hard in the Champions League to go on the road, especially come round 16. So, if you're really impressive, like 3-1, something like that, then I think it's time to get excited about what could potentially come. If y'all struggle, I would be a little bit concerned, but I know you're gonna fix it when you get home. But it's the idea of playing on the road. Like, for instance, when you played, who was it from France?
Lens.
You went.
Well, that was our first taste of an away day in the Champions League, too.
Right, exactly. That's my point. Like,
isn't y'all's track record against Portuguese teams not the best in these tournaments?
Terrible.
Don't want to talk about sporting, but
awful. It's not great.
That's how you got sent home last year.
It's not great.
It's not great.
But my point being is Champions League nights are different.
Oh yeah.
Just in general. You see some players rise to the occasion. Some players are intimidated by the occasion. When you go to a place like Porto, it's easy to think like, oh, this is going to be a walk through the park. We're not playing at the Etihad. We're not playing at Stamford Bridge. We're not playing at Bayern Munich, and that's when they get you because you don't have the right mindset. So it's going to be interesting to see how y'all approach this game. I think if y'all approach it the way I expect you to, I think it's a 3-1. And I only give them a goal because they're at home. And I think that, they may bring something that you're not used to, at least initially. That's the one thing that I've really noticed when you get out of league. How do teams out of league attack you compared to teams in league? You look at Chelsea last year against Dortmund. Like, Dortmund should have taken the script directly from the league, but that's not how they play. So Chelsea had a chance when
they looked good against them, actually.
Exactly, because their whole play style was wide open. So it gave us a chance. Last year, if you bunkered against us, same this year.
Same as this year.
Same as this year. It's a practice in failure. I mean, it really is. So how does Porto attack you? Do they attack you the way Chelsea did at the bridge? Do they attack you the way West Ham did, thinking, oh, well, here's an example of how we beat them, let's implement it. And of course, y'all figured that puzzle out very quickly. So I'm interested to see it. That's the one thing that I love about Champions League nights is how does a team that's not used to playing that type of style attack that type of style.
It's always
interesting. Y'all are so strong. It's gonna be one of those things to where if they get a goal, it's because it was something they did quite well. Because I would not want to face Saliba and Gabriel.
Big Willie Magalhaes.
Yeah, there you go. So, but I think 3-1. I think you'll be fine.
It's always interesting to me to see the approach because with all the technology these days, any team can go watch footage, go watch film.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's interesting to see how some teams, like take Copenhagen, for example, it wasn't a super low block, and at times they pressed City high, so I expect we might, it's not going to be Nottingham Forest. Mm-hmm. It's not going to be Everton settings, so we'll get our chances and hopefully we put them away. But it's not the only Champions League game going on this week. Boo Man City for playing in the middle of a Champions League, playing their makeup game, which I'm going to want to cheer against them for. But I also want to watch Atletico and Inter Milan because holy crap. What about Napoli, Barcelona? Because holy crap. And Napoli have just fired their coach again after 4 months in the job.
Yo, that just says we're getting Victor.
I don't know if y'all saw that. But and then of course, the manager position at Barcelona is looking real nice. Xavi's really loving life over there. Have y'all seen the meme? I think I put it in the chat where the little girl burning down the house and looking with that look. Yeah, that's great. It's great stuff. Our Barcelona have become Dumpster Fire FC. I don't know how that happened. But yeah.
Really? You don't know how that happened?
Okay, I do know how that happens. It's called greed.
Mm-hmm. I'll tell it.
But yeah, PSV hosting Dortmund. Dortmund's probably going to walk on that one. Although PSV in the Netherlands can be tough, like you say,
PSV
Patrick.
Right now, just looking on Google, I don't know who gives these win probabilities, but they've got a 44% chance of a win. Dortmund has a 30% chance, and there's a 26% chance
great game.
of a draw.
ESPN has PSV as favorites.
Holy cow!
What?
Great game.
They're over and under. Their over under is 2.5. They're thinking it's going to be a barnstormer.
Well, it's like Dortmund's been kind of in league this year.
They're like 12 points back of Leverkusen. They're like 14 points back of Leverkusen or something. Well, now that
they're fourth.
Now that Bayern lost,
Bayern went 8 points back today.
They lost to Bochum. And so Leverkusen are way ahead, way out in front.
Yeah. Dortmund's fourth.
Yo, I saw
they're only up by a point on Leipzig.
I'm telling you right now, Lewis. If Haaland is already bagged a brace by the time, because City starts at 2:30 tomorrow, if Haaland is bagged a brace by the time Milan and Madrid come on, I'm probably switching it over. Probably just going to switch it over. Brentford, especially if they give, more than one goal before they score, they're going to fold again. It's just going to be lawn chair settings. I'm thinking Inter versus Atletico is the game to watch tomorrow.
You could watch the mega cast, which is both games at the same time where they alternate
I can put both games on the TV because Paramount will do the multicast thing. And then because I expect the Premier League match to be on Peacock, it probably won't be on cable. It'll probably be on Peacock because it's a makeup game and it wasn't regularly scheduled. I'll be able to watch it. Lame.
Oh, lame.
Never mind. I guess I could put Paramount on my computer and I could watch all 3 games at once.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy. That'd be tough to pay attention. Yeah, I'll probably be tuning in to the first half hour of the mauling at the Etihad, and then we'll be switching to Inter and Atletico. But yeah, man, Inter Milan looking strong this season. I think that's the tie. Well, and of course I can't watch Napoli Barcelona. I'll be watching something else. Another mauling in Portugal. Of course, I can hope. I can only hope. But yeah, man, like you say, Patrick, I'm feeling, I'm on top of the world right now. We scored 21 goals in 5 games. We're going into a winnable match in the Champions League. I'm gassed, man. I'm absolutely gassed. I think we should smash them.
According to this, you're favored to win by 57%. They're
good
18.
grief. Nice.
Draw is 25%.
Nice. So yeah, I hope we go ahead.
A couple of quick points. So Arsenal versus Burnley. I mean, even though I picked the 3-3, you know what my real pick was. But
I forgot to talk trash about that.
I gotta own that, so I'm owning it.
I forgot to talk trash about that.
Everyone heard me on the record that I think, was it 4-0? I think I picked Arsenal 4-0.
You said your heart pick was 4-0, but of course the short I put out only talked about your 3-3 prediction.
That's fine. Because
he talked mad smack online. So
I want to just throw this conspiracy theory out there that I think the reason that Burnley is not going to fire Vinny is because City is secretly paying Burnley so Vinny can get used to the Premier League, because if Vinny had the same quality players and played the same style that he plays at Burnley at City, he gets results. So
breaking news: Burnley are now a part of the City group.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So what I'm thinking is that because they don't low block it, they come at you, they just play,
They do.
And that's why they get punched in the face. And the thing about it is that he's playing a system that doesn't match the personnel. So if he has the personnel, he'll be successful. So I expect to see Vinny and back in sky blue in 2 seasons, because that's when I predict Pep to leave City. I was looking at the Arsenal, the news for the Arsenal Porto game. There's not a ton of history, like for recent history, but I did see that Porto's their starting fullback and their starting striker are both injured. One got injured in practice, and one got injured in the last game. So I think Arsenal will probably win that game 2-0, even though it's on the road. Looking at those games, I do think the PSV Dortmund game is going to be an interesting one, just because we don't really know what Dortmund is. The German teams in general are super unpredictable right now. And even though we said, what did you say, 14 points? And then X properly noted that Bayern is 8 points behind. So, I mean, that doesn't even mean anything. That like Leverkusen is walking the league, and they literally have to. They play Dortmund and they play Stuttgart going forward. So but they don't even have to win those games. They literally don't have to win against their next closest teams. So the league's done. I'm shocked Tuchel is still there, but clearly he has somebody's daughter or son or dog locked up inside of a box under the stadium, and he has the code like his house.
He's only got 3 weeks max. If they go out of this Champions League, he's done.
It's over.
So he's got 3 weeks to think about, or no, 2 weeks now, because 2 weeks now to think about how they're going to beat Lazio. Because if he doesn't pull that back, it's done.
But they said they gave him full confidence. I mean, are you saying
they lied?
Is lying?
Yes.
I think so for the rest of the month, right?
Yes, I am. Because they have to, dude. You can't tell me you think he survives them going out of champs.
No,
to Lazio.
You can't lose the league and go out of champs.
To Lazio.
You can't do both.
If he makes the semifinal and Vinicius scores a last second winner to beat him, then that's acceptable. But losing to Lazio, losing to Lazio as Bayern is unacceptable.
But they said he has full confidence. That's what
they lied.
That's what they said.
They will fire you over Twitter. They do not care. They will fire you.
They just lost to Bochum. He might not even make it. He might not even make if Harry Kane blows another chance like he blew versus Bochum.
Oh,
have you seen those highlights? Holy crap!
He's cursed, man. I'd sit him in the champs. I would sit here.
If they lose the next game,
his best bet, honestly, is for Kane to get hurt.
is TT gonna make it to the Champions League? To the next Champions League match?
Yes.
They say, we got confidence in him. Yeah, but let him lose another game. Let him lose 5 games. If he lose 2 more games, it's 5 in a row. Let him lose 5 in a row. See if he's still there. There's no way.
They said that's what they said. That's what they said.
I'm just calling him like I see him, like it's Bayern.
Yeah.
I mean, we thought Ten Hag was getting fired too, and he didn't get fired.
Yeah, but the Glazers are clowning. The Glazers are
Roy
clowns.
is gone. If we're gonna talk about stuff, Roy is gone. Salute to Roy.
Remember, they let Nagelsmann go when they dropped a point out of first.
Yeah.
place.
I think that was more of a philosophical differences thing than it was.
I'm shocked he's there now. I'm shocked he's still there now. What with all the rumors about Jose and now today the Zidane rumors? Like, the curtains are on the wall. The curtains are on the wall. Go check out Saeed TV. He's a Manchester United fan on the Big Six. Check out the Big Six as well. But as he says, the curtains are on the wall over there at Man United, man. I'm telling you right now. I think Ten Hag's days are numbered no matter what happens, just with all the the new stuff, the change or whatever.
They won at Luton, though.
Barely. They had to park the bus.
Watch yourself. We'll get there. They won. Stop it. Yeah, we'll get there. Actually, you know what? Hey, you know what? Segues are weird. Let's hop right into that.
United are in 6th place, 3 points back from 5th. What are we talking about?
I just wanted to say this real quick, talking about Bayern. Leon Goretzka said after the final whistle, it feels like a never-ending horror film. It sounds like there is some serious issues.
They don't like him. They don't like him. The players don't like him. Like, you've heard that regularly. Because Kimmich is like, yo, I'm not coming back. He's like, hey, man, I can't play for this guy.
Yeah.
They said they got confidence.
They don't.
Team billionaire owners don't say those things.
Yeah, they're just trying to calm the fans down because the fans are freaking out. If Man City fans don't know what it's like to lose, go talk to the team that's won 10 leagues in a row.
Well, that stopped this year.
Klopp was the last manager to win a league title in Germany other than Bayern. Jurgen Klopp. That's a fun fact for you.
And
he's been at Liverpool for 9 years.
But here's the funny
thing.
thing.
He's been at Liverpool for 9 years.
Dortmund didn't poop the bed last year. It would have ended last year.
Yep. Yeah.
It should have.
It
absolutely should have.
From a senior member of Bayern's leadership, of course, anonymous. He's undermined everybody talking about Tuchel.
It's a dumpster fire.
They said they had confidence in him.
It's a circus. It's a merry-go-round of no one knows what's going on. It's great.
But
Harry Kane is just there bagging goals. He's gonna break more records for goal scoring and still not win a trophy.
We'll never win a trophy. Always a bridesmaid, never a bride. Good job, buddy.
Hey, you know the Spurs saying, it's about the friends we make along the way. It's not about trophies.
But you got to add Dyer in there too, man. They brought Dyer. You got to add Dyer to the mix too.
I mean, their Spurs ended up over there, Bayern, and it's really nice to see.
United won, and they are in 6th place.
You got to keep Kane happy, man.
I didn't know if y'all saw this. You know how Shogun he's there to the end of the month. Chief Executive, I'm going to say it's Jan Christian Drezen, confirmed to reporters in Bochum that Tuchel would naturally be on the bench for the home game against RB Leipzig next Saturday evening, but also cautioned that, quote, such oaths of loyalties don't tend to last more than a week.
Yeah, like mess up.
So he's got a week. Don't lose to Leipzig.
Don't lose
to Leipzig.
We have to lose to Leipzig. No. No.
Don't lose to Leipzig, man. And it's at Leipzig. Was it at Leipzig? That's not good. They're tough.
But here's the issue.
That's a tough away day. Just ask City.
Even though we are not
home game.
Even though we are not like focused on the Bundesliga, I'm gonna just shoot it straight, man. The players' body and attitudes and the reports that Tuchel is yelling and saying, "Hey, do this," and the players are like, are the players and clearly based on the reports that Patrick just read that the players just don't like them as multiple reports that the players don't like him.
Yeah, the players don't like him.
Are they willing to sabotage this game? Because they're not going to win.
Oh yeah.
I'm asking a real question, man.
I've seen it before.
I've seen it before. Yeah.
I've seen it plenty of times before.
Ask Rashford. He tried to stage that coup.
So did Sancho.
Yeah, and Sancho just caught the axe for it.
I mean, I've seen it at Chelsea.
I've seen it plenty of times.
Are they willing to lose a game to get rid of this guy?
Yes.
Oh, it's one game in the blip.
Most definitely.
It gets you fired. I'm doing it. Bye.
They're just gonna sink down the table.
Nah, they don't.
Yeah,
care.
if they lose,
if you're not first, you're last. They don't
they'll
care.
still stay in second.
Yeah, but there are things. That's not how it works. This is a money making business. It's not first or last in this game, right?
Yeah, man.
If they tank it too much,
they'll stay in.
And meanwhile, the board is him hauling around, and they tank to. Don't miss out on Champions League now.
Champions League for Bayern in the Europa would absolutely.
Don't miss out on Champions League now, bro. I'm just saying. Not to mention all the reports that their team is getting ripped apart because Madrid is already going to sign Alphonso Davies to go with Kylian Mbappe. Talk about a Galacticos. Jesus Christ. It's ridiculous.
Cool with them building up a team with stars.
That's what they do. That's what they do.
Nobody else is allowed to do that.
It's Real Madrid. That is what they do.
That's their blueprint. No one else can touch it.
Can you imagine that speed? That's insane.
That's dumb.
It's garbage.
That's dumb. That's absolutely stupid.
With
Bellingham in the middle, are you kidding?
Right.
Even if Bayern lose,
no, I'm playing on FIFA.
They're still in second
for now.
They're just 1 point ahead of Stuttgart if they get through.
For now,
Bayern's. I mean, they'll come in second. Bro.
Yeah. Well,
they won't win.
Speaking of crap, Man United away to Kenny.
They won.
Did you watch that game? Did you watch that game?
Watch this game.
Hoyland had a brace, and he's the greatest striker ever.
Oh,
and he's the youngest striker to score 6 goals in 6 games. The youngest striker to score in 6 straight games.
And Casemiro came back.
About Hoyland.
No. Casemiro got hooked at halftime. Casemiro got hooked at halftime. He was criminal. He was abysmal.
Wait, but his goating is just so goaty.
Terrible.
It was just goated.
He got hooked because he was going to get a red card. Ten Hag knew he was getting. He should have been sent off in the first half. Homie should have gotten a red in the first half. He was atrocious. Bruno Fernandes, atrocious. They were, bro. The Manchester United. Talk about eras coming to an end. Manchester United, the biggest team on the planet. History FC themselves should be embarrassed that for 75 minutes away to Luton Town, with all due respect, y'all got pammed for 75 minutes. You got blocked back into your own low block. They could not win a second ball.
Well,
they could not win a second ball. Ogbene was all day long. Ross Barkley took y'all to school.
In your face the entire game.
Ross Barkley.
United's just a counter-attacking squad. They just won't say it.
Dude, Sambi Lokonga. People are bigging up Sambi Lokonga like he's about to find a place in the Arsenal team after that performance. You made Lokonga look like N'Golo Kante. Manchester United should be embarrassed by that performance. They should be embarrassed as a club that their entire style is sit and counter.
Sit and counter. And
that is embarrassing.
They're lucky they scored 2 at the beginning of this game before Luton really got going.
It's Nottingham Forest settings.
Bro.
Tell me what's different between Manchester United and Nottingham Forest. I'll wait.
Eras begin and end because they have the grit. I don't know.
No. It's the same United that it was last season. It's the same thing we get from Eric Ten Hag. Okay? Set up, try to counter, and try to manage games. Try to get through games. That's what it looks like. Uniteders getting through games. And the only credit that we can give them is that they're getting it over the line. Some way, somehow.
That's all that matters.
They're getting it over the line.
All that matters.
But at the end of the day, they should be embarrassed. That is the state of the club. That it's sit and counter and get absolutely pummeled for 75 minutes at Luton Town.
Well, they got lucky because what's his face got injured in warm-ups. Because I think he would have given them a problem as striker instead of Nicholas Morris, who still got a goal.
Carlton Morris had a great game.
Well, I know. I'm talking about the guy.
Adebayo. You're talking about Adebayo.
Adebayo, yeah. He got injured in warm-ups. He was supposed to start.
Yeah.
And, I mean, Nicholas Morris was good. I'm not saying he wasn't, but I
Carlton
think that's totally
Morris.
different. I think that's a totally different. What did I say his name wrong?
His name is Carlton.
Carlton. Where did I hear Nicholas? I don't know. Anyway,
you're thinking of Nico Jackson.
I got him mixed up. I don't know why.
Ogbene had a great game as well.
Huh?
Ogbene had a great game as well. Shaw's injured again.
Yeah, he walked right
after that game.
Not even after the game.
During it.
Like right before halftime.
But someone else got hooked at halftime that was terrible and was on a yellow and was about to get sent off. It was Casemiro and someone else got hooked.
Was it Lindelof? No, it's not Lindelof.
No, Lindelof came on at half. Was it Reguilon?
Was it Maguire?
No, Maguire was one of the best players for United.
No, and is off at halftime then.
Oh, it must have been him then. And as much as I 100% cannot stand the overhype, the fact that Kobe Mainu has been their best player, their only consistent player for 5 games, and now he's the greatest thing that's ever lived. Man United fans are so starved of any kind of consistency that Barney the dinosaur could come in there with a consistent performance for 5 games, and he would be the next Paul Scholes.
Hey, man, Barney has got game, though. You see how big his feet are?
I'm just saying, man.
Barney's got 99 physicality, bro. He's gonna
Rasmus Højlund doesn't do anything for 15, 20 games, comes in and scores in 6 back-to-back games, and he's better than Haaland. He's the next Mbappe.
He's just filling Rashford's shoes. That's all they need. Is
the overall performances from Man United are abysmal.
I agree.
And they're just barely getting over the line in games. West Ham had a host of chances. And if they would have finished their chances, it would have been a way different game. Man United all season long, they just are getting through games. I fully expected them to lose that game. To drop that game. No, I definitely expected.
Thought it was going to go 2-2.
I think halftime came at a bad time for Luton.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely thought United were gonna drop that game. For sure. Credit Luton though. Luton played well.
Hype has gotten a little crazy too.
Oh, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. He's good.
He's good. I'm not saying
he's been their most consistent player. And when you are making Bruno Fernandes and Casemiro look like trash, yeah, you've got something. But let's not get ahead of ourselves, people.
Come
on.
Talking about him getting a call up.
ridiculous. That's
if you get the call up before, over Cole Palmer, there's a problem here.
I mean,
Cole Palmer wouldn't start for England for me either.
No, he's not going to start. I would never say that he would start.
Cole Palmer probably wouldn't find the field for England for me.
hey man, I mean, but Man United make the greatest players on the planet, and they breathe air.
You want to talk about fidget spinners, man?
Who plays the right hand side?
You want to talk about fidget spinners, dude?
Nacho.
Yeah, it's Saka.
Garnacho is decent going forward. I like his skill. I like his pace. I like his drive to go at players. As a defender, because in today's game and cover your ears, modern wingers have to defend.
No.
Modern, Garnacho as a defender is worse than a cone. Dude, the amount of times that credit to him, he got back on defense, but Ogbene just had him.
Yeah, that's why I don't go back there. There's no point.
Chong just had him on a string, just had him spinning in circles. Yeah, dude.
X was your question about
Haaland's second goal was because
at first it
Garnacho
was
hit it
yes,
horribly.
it was why would Palmer not receive field time? But it's the right and left are unless you're going to put him over Rashford, Saka is going to shore up that side of the field. Yeah. So Palmer immediately catches the second win.
Maybe just because Southgate's crazy, but I still would expect to see Jordan Henderson in front of Cole Palmer just because Southgate is a Looney Tune.
It would be McAllister, Bellingham.
McAllister's from Argentina.
Or not McAllister. It'd be it's your boy from
Rice.
Please, God, don't you dare say James Maddison. Don't you dare say James Maddison.
It's Rice, Madison, Bellingham.
No. Is that what you want? Is that what you want as an England fan? Is that what you want?
So Phil still sits on the
So Phil Foden is just dog crap. He's just dog balls.
That's what Southgate's going to do. I'm not saying that's what I want. I'm saying that's what's going to happen. That is what's going to happen. It's a disgracia.
As a fucking disgracia.
All day. He's going to put Bellingham right behind Kane, feed the beasts.
Dude, I'm telling you, Southgate, listen up, buddy. Rashford, Haaland, Saka, Foden, Bellingham, Rice.
We know
Harry Kane. You know what I meant.
Interchange.
I'm just wishing, it's like saying Christian Pulisic, Erling Haaland, and Gio Reyna.
I'm sure we can find a way to make a switch. There's got to be
can figure something out.
Blood there.
We can figure something out.
He could have played for England if he wanted to, since he was born in England.
He should have.
He chose, yeah.
Are you kidding me?
He'd be a shoe-in to replace Kane.
He would come home at that point.
Immediately.
He would come home at that point.
I just want to again repeat that United is in 6th place on 44 points behind Spurs at 47.
And they're finally on positive goal difference.
They have found a way to get over the line. And they've done it 5 games running. So as much as I hate it,
with a 2-goal difference or a 2 positive goal difference, right?
As much as I hate it. Yeah, as much as I hate it, they're getting it over the line.
They're in 5th place with a 1 goal difference.
Speaking of not getting it over the line, Wolverhampton Wanderers. Wander on down to the old Tottenham Hotspur 3-point lane.
3-point lane, man.
I didn't need this to happen both ways. I need Tottenham to come in 3rd so I win the entire predictions league, and I need Wolves to stop picking up points so we can actually move in the table. Like this.
And here's the thing, Southgate. Did Southgate watch this game? I'm so sick of the James Maddison hype. He was trash. He was Leicester City settings in this game. Absolute Leicester City settings. Man was awful. Go back and watch it if you want to come for me in the chat or whatever. Go back and watch that game. The amount of times Maddison gave the ball away was ridiculous. Okay. And Spurs, do y'all not play on corner kicks? Or first of all, not only did Wolves score on one of their own corner kicks, but they scored on one of Tottenham's corner kicks. And the goal that Wolves gave up was just dumb. It was just a straight lapse of concentration. Kulichevsky comes in, toe poke, thank you very much. But this was back and forth, very, very counter. Wolves were sitting and countering. Spurs tried to have the ball, but their possession, something's up with Basuma because he has not been the same since the injury.
Nobody jumped.
No one even marks the shortest guy on the field for João Gomez to score the first header.
Nobody jumps.
No one's even there. Didn't bother. But Spurs are used to losing to red teams in North London.
James Madison does this little number just to act like he's jumping, but he's nowhere near.
So overrated. Just ridiculously overhyped. It's out of control.
Hey, what was the score? Because I know I picked
2-1. You got 3 points. No. You said 3-2 Wolves.
Yeah, I didn't think I picked the score, but
you're the only one who got the win. You're the only one who got the result correct. We all picked Spurs to win.
Yeah, I picked them 2-1.
But yeah, you love to see it.
I used the statistics just like I did for all the other ones. See, it was no Arsenal.
Yeah, we see how that worked in the Arsenal game. Yeah,
hey,
keep on using those statistics.
Did I gain points? I feel like I gained points.
Yeah.
You did. You did actually gain points. You're only 4 back.
Then I'm gonna keep you statistics, sir.
Yeah, you're only 4 back there, and here I'm 18 back of you, not of Patrick, of you, and I'm talking crap about predictions. Yeah, I'm terrible at predictions. I can't say anything at all. But yes, let's see. Nothing really to talk about today's game. Snooze fest, Everton and Palace, of course. Onana saves.
Roy is gone.
Onana saves their bacon.
I hope Roy feels better because wasn't he in the hospital or something like that?
Yeah, last time out he was in the hospital and they couldn't fire him because he'd been hospitalized.
Like a heart attack or something. And
Well, look. Let's be honest. Last season they brought Roy in. Okay, save our bacon. Okay, job done. See you later. Wait a minute. No. He sticks around. He should have left at the end of last season, and they should have started this process already. This was an awful game. Terrible first half. They managed to get a couple of goals in the second half. Yeah, man. For Everton to not be able to beat a managerless team.
That's what I'm saying, man. They're in trouble.
At home.
That's 6 points. This is a 6-point game.
They're going down, man. Everton are.
They're above Luton now on goal differential.
On goal difference, Luton are a better team. Luton are just a better team.
If Everton win this game here,
massive. It's unbelievably massive. Because Palace are the next team.
And do they get their point? All right, here I've also do they get their points back at the end of the season like they did with
no
with
they won't get their points back.
You don't
if
think
there is an appellate process. They actually are in an appeal process right now.
Right. They were supposed to get their
they were supposed to get another deduction.
Well, they're supposed to get another deduction, but they were supposed to get the review of their appeal read, I thought, last week. I need to look.
Yeah.
That's what Sky Sports reported.
Because Italy did the same exact thing and then just gave the points back.
Hopefully not. But I definitely think they're getting relegated along with Sheffield United. They will be relegated.
They'll be, yes. Mason
Holgate in the 13th minute with one of the worst challenges I have ever seen. Full stop. That includes the one, X, you remember when we played against the Green Plague Rats and homie come in like Liu Kang and we fought against our own people.
We fought
our own
team.
Because
the other
dude went rogue. That's what happened to Mason Holgate.
Yes.
Yeah, rogue squadron out here.
Yeah.
Absolute. I'm surprised Matoma can walk still.
Yeah.
Like that's a career ender. Like that was on.
That's some Roy Keane, man. Vindictive. Yeah, dude.
Like that, his whole knee, thigh, all of it was just like nah.
So Everton. Sorry to interrupt,
Everton will either find out their decision tomorrow or Wednesday.
Yeah.
It looks like.
But
Game tomorrow, bro. If they win and get their points back, that's just boom.
they'll shoot up the table. Yeah, but
Completely out of it.
but they're struggling, man. Even if they get their points back, like it's
won't go down.
They'll stay.
They'll
Maybe.
stay. They'll stay
Maybe.
at that point.
maybe.
If
Still got
anything-
13. You
if
still got
anything,
13 games to go. And
not-
have you been watching what I've said? Have you watched what
Palace
I've been watching?
Threefold.
Have you watched what I've been watching? Everton are so bad. They're trash, man. They can't keep the ball. They cannot keep the ball. They are so lucky Decore's back. Decore's their whole team.
I agree.
He's their whole team, man. They're trash. And I'll be shocked if they survive this season. Shocked.
Well, if they get their 10 points back, they go up to 12.
That's what I'm saying. They won't go down if they get those points back.
Maybe.
Everton
Maybe.
are not
What, are they
gonna-
breathing down your neck then?
No.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
They're trash, dude.
It doesn't matter, man. We're going to win at Wembley. We'll be in the tournament. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, imagine Chelsea gets relegated and plays in the Europa League, plays in the Conference League for the
Heck yeah,
championship.
baby. We only need 5 more
Jesus.
points. We're good.
We're
Jesus
good.
Christ.
We're good. Yeah, we're
I would
safe.
say it's a big bounce back for Brighton, but that's 2 on the bounce. Or no, actually they lost. They should have beat Spurs, but yeah, nice bounce back. I mean, Sheffield are just everyone's whipping boy at this point, and so they're down a man in the 13th minute. Of course, you're going to pump them 5-0. Thank you very much.
Do you think that this challenge is so dangerous that there might be additional penalty?
He might catch like a bigger ban than just 3.
Like that is.
It might be a bigger ban than just 3.
That's one of those where you're
They
sliding
extended out
in,
to
planning
5,
on,
right?
Yeah.
like destroying somebody's career.
Oh,
Like,
for sure.
there's a tent there.
Oh, there's definitely intent there. Yeah.
I mean, if that's the case, then Romero should definitely be gone for the rest of the season on some of the challenges.
Romero should never play again because he's always trying to hurt people.
I'll take that.
Same with Lisandro Martinez. He's just out trying to hurt people. Like, you can see him doing it. And you know what? Most of the time, Martinez injures himself trying to hurt people. That's why he's out again.
Cool with that.
Ridiculous. But
I mean, Romero tried to hurt his fellow countrymen.
Yeah, Romero has no allegiance.
yeah, well, that's what you get when you wear a Spurs badge. But we spoke on Liverpool. Very impressive win over Brentford. Fulham giving Ollie Watkins the goals.
Yeah, 2 of them.
But they did at home put in a fight at the end. As far as I saw, I didn't. I've seen the highlights like 4 times, but I didn't actually watch the whole thing. But that's kind of a big win for Villa.
Mhm.
Tricky place to go, and they're not in the best of form. But leave it to Ollie Watkins. Brings the quality, takes the goals nicely, especially when they're handed to you.
Yeah, exactly. He can finish.
Yeah, of course. But I think Fulham are one of those teams that they'll probably be okay. Everton will probably leap them if they get their points back. But they've struggled, I think, without having Mitrovic this season. And Willian's been playing good, been playing better. But yeah, it's a big win for Villa. That's definitely a big win for Villa.
Well, I think we're at the point now where we can really start looking at the table and be like, okay, this group should be fine. Like, okay, this group's absolutely no worries. This group should be fine. This group should be a little bit worried, and this group be like, okay, you've got issues, bro.
Well, there's really only one group, right? Sheffield's down. Burnley are down.
Burnley's down.
So there's one spot. So your group is Everton, Luton, Palace, Forest, Bournemouth.
I think Brentford.
And Brentford are
Teeter.
I mean, Tony's going to keep Brentford up. The goals Tony is going to score. We know he will bag.
I mean,
those goals will keep Brentford up.
it's what I mean.
Look, lawn chair status versus Liverpool doesn't mean you're relegation fodder.
Yeah, but 5 points away does.
When is
I
their
have all
normal
faith.
set?
I'm not sure. But Johan Wissa changed the game versus Liverpool.
And Luton have a game.
They're
in
fine.
hand.
They're fine. They'll be fine. Trust me.
Who's Luton's game in hand?
I think Liverpool actually.
Oh,
Yeah, it's Liverpool.
never
And
mind,
that's
never mind.
They're
Wait.
playing this week.
that's like Wednesday.
They play Wednesday. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
They got to
we
go
need-
to Liverpool too.
We need to we need to go ahead and get a prediction in on that one.
Klopp retired 3-0 Liverpool.
3-0 Liverpool, huh?
At
Is that
Anfield?
Wednesday?
It's Wednesday.
At Anfield?
Oh, it is at Anfield.
Oh, done. 3-0.
3-0 pool.
3-0.
All right.
4-1 pool.
4-1. Yeah. Let's hear it.
Ooh.
That might be the 8-0 of the season.
You said
that's all we
4-1. 4-1, Patrick?
Yeah. That's all we needed for them to drop an 8 spot going into the cup final.
Right?
What you think, Lewis? Luton at Anfield.
No, honestly, that's what we would need because then they get this overinflated sense of like,
I'm gonna go 3-0.
yeah, it's 3-0.
3-0. I think y'all are disrespecting the Luton Town Hatters
At Anfield?
It's
at,
away.
at Anfield.
It's away, man.
It's Klopp retirement
So?
tour, man. 3-0.
So, what are you talking about? No Jota, no Sabazalai, no Curtis Jones,
Still Salah.
no Trent Alexander-Arnold, no Trent Alexander-Arnold.
T,
They
bro.
still got Brad.
Y'all are disrespect. You are disrespecting Luton Town. 3-1 Liverpool.
They're not even supposed to be here, bro.
I love that. You listen to the commentator and they're like, yeah, da, 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 and I think it should be this, but no, I'm gonna go with the obvious pick.
I think Luton will make him nervy. I think Luton will give him a game. But yeah, too much firepower for the Reds. And that just leaves us with a couple of games. Newcastle draw with Bournemouth. Talking about giving a goal.
I went back and watched. Went back and looked while we were sitting here, and
Dude.
oh my goodness,
What is up with this squad?
I thought the Steven Gerrard slip was bad.
that might become the slip of the week now.
The Martin Dubravka slip of the week. Yeah, man. I mean, what do you do? It's pouring down rain like it always does up north of England, and slips, man. I mean, it just happens to the best of us, you know. Credit
Will always be
credit Dominic Golanke for being right there to dump it in, but yeah, man. And dude, the second goal for Semenyo for Bournemouth, class.
Yeah.
Class. And then, of course, it had to be Matt Ritchie. Seconds after coming on, breaking Bournemouth hearts.
Yep.
I thought Newcastle were going to drop this game, dude. I was like, what? Yeah, so maybe go. Bournemouth don't deserve to be in that group either.
No, I don't. I mean, I think it's
They're
Brentford,
strong.
Palace, Forest, Everton, and Luton. I think
Fair
that's
enough.
your group.
Fair enough. Yeah, man. Great result for the Cherries. And speaking of Nottingham Forest, you want to talk about a team in free fall. West Ham United are trash. Calvin Phillips is having a nightmarish 6 months, bro. First Pep calls him fat, and then West Ham lies to him and tells him that he's gonna be a starter. He's gonna be an important first team player, and then he comes in with this madness. Bad news bears. Take a 3-match ban. There you go, buddy. Oof. Woof.
It's a big point. It's big points. It's big points for Forest here, man.
It's
Massive.
It's
Massive
interesting.
point.
West Ham has both. I'm sorry. Brentford has both West Ham and Chelsea. So if Chelsea were to beat Brentford and West Ham lose to Brentford, Chelsea goes to 9th.
Oh. West Ham are plummeting, man. They're down to what are they down to 8th now?
Because Newcastle plays Arsenal next.
We can go
Chelsea
tied
would go to 8th.
over 8
Because we would be
points.
at 38 points.
You
Well,
know?
yeah, we'd be in 8th. Yeah, there's no
So
way we're
close.
getting on goal difference. Yeah,
So close to that magic 40.
Brighton right now.
we'll get the. We don't.
So close to that
We're
magic
not
40.
stressed about the 40 this year, Jake.
Aren't you though?
No,
No.
I'm not at all.
Have you
stressed
seen
about
our
the
run
40.
in?
Yeah, our last 6 weeks are
You get to come to the Emirates.
No, run in. Run in.
I mean, it's only 13 games left. Like, what's your definition of run in? Like, we're almost there.
our last 4 and 5 are. I'm telling you, bro.
they're
we're fine.
pretty
We're fine.
favorable.
You want to talk about a run in, man? We play at Old Trafford on the second to last game of the season.
Big
We
day.
go okay, so we play you, right? Then we have Burnley at home, United at home. Go to Sheffield,
Go to Sheffield.
Everton at home, go to Brighton. We have to go to Villa, but we just won there.
And it's
Won't be the
Forest
same.
and Bournemouth. And it's Forest and Bournemouth, bro. We
Then
bottom of the
West Ham
table,
at home,
scraping
Forest,
by the end
Bournemouth
of the
at home.
season. Just gobbling it up for 7th place, baby. That's all we need.
I love the enthusiasm. I don't know where it's coming from, but I love the enthusiasm.
I'll take 7th, but I'll take
Not a
this
shot.
Cup.
There's no chance.
Bro.
You don't think we can take 7th?
I
7th?
wholeheartedly believe we could take 6th or 7th.
I mean,
So the top three teams are far better than you.
right now,
Spurs are better than you. United are better than you. Brighton are better than you. Newcastle. I mean,
Brighton
dude.
are not
Brighton better than Chelsea though.
Pause.
7th is gonna be tough.
Brighton are
Chelsea
not
have
better than us.
35 and Brighton have 38.
Brighton
It's
are
already
Yeah,
not
man.
better than
3
us.
points.
Period.
We've already beaten Brighton twice this year.
Twice this year. United, I would argue, are not better than us. Newcastle now are definitely not better than us. They just had a better start of the season. They had a better start of the season than us. They are not better than us.
But I mean, you look, you got West Ham ahead of us. They're in free for all. You got Newcastle, who is not the juggernaut they've been. Injuries. We'll just give it to them. Injuries, right? And then Brighton. That's it.
The enigma
Yeah.
that is
Wolves,
Wolves
United, Spurs, Villa.
Spurs are in 5th.
That's what I'm saying. To get 7th, to get 7th is going to be really, really, really tough.
I don't
It's
think so,
3
man.
points.
I see the top 4.
Right
saying-
now, there's 13 games left. There's
I see the
39
top
points. There's
Bro.
39 points left.
I
That's
know.
a lot.
Ours are some of the easiest ones to get.
Yeah, and Chelsea throw games against
And we
bad
don't play-
teams.
And if you're poor, we don't play you. I know, so it's fine.
So the Forest match ain't just going to be a walk. The Bournemouth game ain't just going to be a walk. You'll look good on Sunday versus Liverpool.
It should be. Yeah.
Y'all will show up on Sunday. Hopefully.
Then we'll show up against United and Newcastle.
You'll probably show up at the Emirates.
Oh yeah.
But when you play Brentford,
lay down. We're gonna take that
Long day.
We'll
We're
play
gonna take that
Brentford.
0-1 loss all the way back to the bridge.
We lost last time. We'll play Brentford.
Will we?
maybe. Maybe. You
Not if
know.
we're still in the FA Cup, because then he's just gonna be like, "Hey, we're gonna win 2."
It's just for me, like you lose 4-2 at home to Wolves, and then you give City a game.
4-4. Yeah.
My point being, though, is looking at the table, it's only 3 points. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like I'm not
it's doable.
sitting here
It's
saying,
so-
"Oh, we're going to finish 5th." That's 12 points. That's not. I don't foresee us making that
6th
up.
or 7th is
3
doable.
points? Yeah, I can think we can make up 3 points.
It's tough. It's tough, man. Because you're gonna have to beat out at least one of Villa, Spurs, United, Newcastle, and Brighton. You have to beat out at least one of them.
Did
Two
it
of
to
them. You'll have to beat out 2 of those teams.
Did it to Brighton. Did it to Spurs.
I'm talking about in the next 13 games. You're gonna have to overhaul them on points in the next few
Well,
games.
we have three matchups. We
It's gonna
have
be tough.
Brighton,
That's what I'm saying.
Newcastle.
We
and
have
West Ham.
Brighton, we have Newcastle, and we have
That's gonna be
Spurs.
tough. That's
Which
gonna be
we
tough.
already
All 3 of those games will be tough.
We get 2 of the 3 at home.
Huge points. Yep.
I'm just saying, it's gonna be tough. I love the optimism, I really do, but it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be real tough.
Hey, you know what? You know what? You know what? Screw all this. It is not going to matter. We're going to win our 10 cup, and it's not going to matter.
Get your 40 points. Win your energy drink special.
And it's it. That's a season, man. That's successful. We're back. We're in the right direction. That's all I want. That's all I've asked for the last 6 weeks.
What would you say the over-under will be on our points at the end of the season?
We'll have 40. No, we'll have 50.
No way.
32 up for grabs.
What are you on right now?
We're on 35.
35.
You're on 35.
43.
Nah, 54.
Damn. You're only giving them 8 more points?
You really think we get 8 more points out of the rest of our season?
54. Not with that end of the year run-in, bro. If they take that serious and there actually is
I would set the over-under at 58.
I was going to say 54, but yeah, I'll take 58. It's not 1.5 games.
58 seems ambitious.
I think it's 54. I think that's
22 more points, seven wins from 13, over half wins
we
in
can.
the remaining games.
We should be able
Read off the
to.
list.
We should be able to.
Brentford, Newcastle. We go to Arsenal. So we go to Brentford. We go to we have Newcastle at home.
Brentford always
go to Arsenal.
plays us, though, bro.
Burnley at home.
always plays
United
us.
at home. Go to Sheffield.
Win.
Everton at home. Go to
Win.
Brighton.
Win.
Go to Villa.
Maybe.
West Ham at home. We go to Forest. Bournemouth at home.
That's a London game, though, bro. That's a dark. Like those are.
I'll give you 5 wins. 5 wins in there are guaranteed. Bournemouth, Everton, Burnley, Sheffield, and West Ham. I'll say you can definitely win.
So that's 50
The rest of those games are going to be tough. Very, very tough.
I think we take Villa.
That's 50 points.
I don't.
We already did it.
So in the cup, different game.
They took it serious too.
Different
They
game.
played their squad.
Different game. It'll be different. Trust me. It will definitely be different.
Pochettino's already going to have his 10 cup and he's not going to care. That's why it's going to be different.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Well, anyway, we'll definitely get there. And if you're as excited about all of it as we are, go ahead and smash up the likes on the video. Of course, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Thanks for being here. Thanks for listening. We are on our way to 200 subscribers. And get the notification bell on so you know when all of the content is coming out. We got plenty more coming for you. And, of course, we hope y'all have had a wonderful evening, as wonderful as we are. And you will see us next time.